St. John's Church. After the heavy snowfall in January 1940, this is at Rising Bridge. Lower Stone Fold. Black Lane Farm, Rising Bridge. Cat Clough House, Stone Fold. Green Barn Farm, Stone Fold. Stone Fold was a hamlet that depended for its livelihood on its one cotton mill. The mill was built by Nicholas Worsley, who began manufacturing at Cat Clough and built up the largest firm in the cotton hard waste trade. The photograph was taken at the mill in May 1936. Here is some of the workers with long service. On the back row we have H. Bodycott, John Pilling, Duckworth, Entwistle, manager, Theodore Harwood. And on the front row we have Sarah Alice Idle, Tommy Harwood, Sarah Robinson, Sarah Helen Trippier, Harry Oldie, workhouse manager. Another picture of the mill. All aboard for an outing from the Great Tree Inn at Acre. The sign above is offering good stabling and accommodation for cyclists. Stone Fold at the turn of the century. The Georgian Dragon is on the left. Bob Parkinson, nicknamed Oud Mucky. Parkinson was one of the district's many traders. As well as selling hot peas from his handcart, he kept a tripe shop in Rising Bridge. Stood between the tram lines, the weavers from Rising Bridge Mill pose with waftins on their shoulders. We are looking at a steam engine which provided Haslingden's industrialists with a reliable source of power for more than 150 years. This engine was installed in Ulm Spring Mill in 1907. Like many others in the town, it was built by the local firm of S. Stott. The engineer is Fred Taylor. This is the Fernville's foundry in Blackburn Road. The moulding shop is shown at Stott's about 1942 during the war. The company made pumps for Pluto, which is pipeline under the ocean, which carried oil across the channel after the invasion of France. These are bowler-hatted foremen at SS Stott's foundry in the 1880s. Second from the left is Gilbert Rishton, foreman, pattern maker, who became manager. We have all heard of Holland's meat pies, the mass production of meat pies and puddings and their rapid distribution throughout a wide area of the north was the achievement of Walter Holland, a Haslingden baker. The recipe for Holland's pie is more than a century old, the first having been made in shops in Deerdingate and Church Street. Here we have an early delivery van. We are now looking at the firm's decorated wagon which took part in the coronation procession in 1911. It shows it outside the bakery in John Street. Note the loaves of bread. Holland's made a wide range of bread and confectionery until the war years. The firm moved to Haslingden in 1936. Some 1939 prices are given alongside the advertisement. The displays in the shop windows is not like it is today. Clark's and Feddings were at the bottom of Pleasant Street. A couch shop was in Manchester Road at the junction with Warner Street. Here we have members of the Morehouse family haymaking in a field behind Elm Croft. All kinds of goods were sold from carts like that. The young man is Harold Kay, and James Taylor had a butcher's shop in Charles Lane. Horse-drawn vehicles were a familiar sight until after World War II. Here we see a cart belonging to Constantine and Lindsay, a local firm of builders. The young man, Edward Holmes, was killed during World War I, aged 21. This picture was taken at the junction of Elmshire Road and the newly constructed Ryfield Avenue. Sergeant Pearson, a Haslingden policeman in the early years of the century. The picture was taken on the steps of the police station, which was originally the town hall in George Street. J.S. Cordingley, better known as Jack, in 1865 to 1935, was a cyclist who turned his hobby into a highly successful business. As a young man, he won scores of prizes in races and also set up in business as a dealer in Church Street. He later had premises in Blackburn Road and Deerdingate. Earlier in his career, he began to build bicycles which he sold under the Rosendale trademark. He exported his machines to Australia, India, Spain and Scandinavia, and more than once he received from abroad letters that were addressed to Mr. Rosendale. He was quick to appreciate the significance of the internal combustion engine. This picture was taken on September the 2nd, 1899 during the Haslingden's Wheelers Cycle Parade. All those in the photograph are members of the Cordingley family, including 3 generations on one machine. Grain Mill is part of the Longshoot estate. Here we see the weaving shed with its tightly packed looms, a number of which came from Heathcliff and ran until the mill closed in 1979. This is known as the beaming room. The mill football team, which won the local medal competition in 1934. The captain is Ralph Barnes. Another room in the grain mill. Here we see decorations which have been put up for the coronation. The man above is Joe Kirby. The grain manufacturing company celebrated 21 years at Longshoot in 1928. The work people had a deep affection for the mill. It is clear from the account which appeared in the Observer of June 23rd. This picture was taken in the winding room